Once Human just announced that there is something truly amazing on the horizon. We'll go over some speculations with that there. We also did, of course, get a brand new battle pass, and with that, the reveal of it. We also got some Lightforged loot crates that will be returning this week. And on top of that, we got some massive balance adjustments in Starfall inversion optimizations, as well as a whole bunch more. What's up, world? She'll be here back in another video. Today we're checking out all things Once Human. So first up here, yes, we did get the new reveal of the battle pass, and that is being called the Final Gambit. It will be available this week. And we did get both some imagery here, as well as a short little video clip. And people are already making comparisons to Ada Wong and Albert Wesker, which are of course two very iconic characters from the Resident Evil franchise. I think it is pretty cool here that they have two different outfits depending if you're playing a male or female character. And of course, if you have two different characters across different servers, this will actually work on both. So a pretty cool one there overall. Again, if you haven't already, you should level up the current battle pass if you want all of those cosmetics. Otherwise, in this case, you actually do risk losing out on those. As Once Human hasn't been known to bring back battle passes, they are bringing back the Lightforged loot crates, so it certainly could be possible, but I wouldn't bet on a lot of things coming back for a very long time, even if they do. So if you wanted to, I would snag those up when you can. Speaking of Lightforged loot crates returning, we actually do have that happening again this week, and they are doing the Choose 3, which if you don't remember, these when they do come back, you do pick one of the 3 Lightforged loot crates that are available. Now when you do select one, you are locked into that decision permanently. So a bit of a fair warning there. When you do actually decide on which loot crate here that you want to pick, you are locked into that permanently. Again, if the Lightforged loot crate ever returns again, you'll have another opportunity to select a different one, but during this go around, you can only pick one of 3 and you're locked into it. Now they had a teaser imagery here for it, but everybody's pretty much guessed it by now, which on the far left, they had the Urban Jurassic Hype Party rerun, which is that dino outfit that was around. In the center, we had the Beach Holiday or the Sunny Holiday crate. Again, mostly known for the Sunny Holiday set. And then on the right side here, we had the Hollows Masquerade, mostly known for the Midnight Prankster set, or at least the outfits that they're showcasing here. Realistically, a lot of the fan reception has been around that these are the best furniture Lightforged loot crates, or at least they had the best furniture in them. So most people are going to want it for that, less so the outfits, I think. At least in my opinion overall, so there will be some really good furniture in these packs. So if you're into the housing stuff, you might want to look through these and check out what is available there. Again, some pretty decent offerings overall. Of course, we do have the current Lightforged loot crates, which is the Echo Vesperine. Again, that will be here for quite some time, then we'll probably get a new one, but since they did the 3 of 3 pack, or the 1 of 3 pack that you can select, it might be some time before we actually do see a new Lightforged loot crate. Moving on here, we have another official update here. If you didn't know, it's 3 days until the Once Human custom servers do go live. Of course, they were in early access period, but those were just the test period, where now you're actually able to purchase a full server and a full launch of that. Again, that is dropping June 19th. I may or may not still sign up for the creator ones. They were supposed to be handing those out, but now they want us to re-sign up. Not exactly sure. If you guys are interested in doing a custom server with me, or at least alongside me, please comment below on that. Let me know if you'd actually join a custom server if it was my custom server. I might run a poll for that, and then we would set different settings. Kind of gauge interest there to see if I do still want to sign up for that, as they were giving some to a few select creators. Still not 100% sure if I want to go through with that though. And also let me know if you're hosting your own custom server, or what your plans there are for that. Now I know I did mention there was some big plans that would happen very soon here. Once Human has been teasing that they do have something big on the horizon. They said it's been nearly a year of battles, bonds, and unforgettable survival journeys, and in just 3 days they're going to reveal a major version update. Again, usually these major version updates come with a host of new content. It also usually includes a host of new balance fixes. Now this is their near 1 year anniversary, so I do believe it's going to be something quite big. We could see changes to Way of Winter, although they really didn't modify it too much. Maybe they were just doing some tests there with the weather mechanics. And they did also just release Endless Dream and Raid Zone, which we will go over in a bit for a few new details there. We'll have to wait and see on that. Maybe it is the standalone version for Raid Zone, or maybe it's the full modifications, as I said, to Way of Winter. There's a few speculations to what it could be here, and their likelihood chances for each. So again, this is probably going to be 1.7 for sure, at least version 1.7. And this could be the quote-unquote Season 2 launch. Now, if we do compare that with the roadmap, that mentioned that a new scenario code was going to be live with Q3 2025, that was right after the Endless Dream and Raid Zone scenarios, or at least the Endless Dream scenario and the spin-off Raid Zone. Now, this could be Code Deviation, the pet battle scenario. It might still include a new biome and a battle pass reset, but this one does line up with the roadmap. where the roadmap does showcase that Code Deviation is right next to Endless Dream and Raid Zone. Granted, the roadmap has been kind of pushed back around a month for some of these things, but it seems like maybe they do have this ready to showcase at the very least. Now, they already are doing the custom server and permanent server merges. We could also see a cross-platform and controller overhaul for Once Human Mobile. As we saw earlier, there isn't really any controller support on the Once Human Mobile app, so hopefully they do add that eventually. Now, we have a few additional context clues here, where we could see some adjustments with the Visional Wheel. Endless Dream and the Raid Zone just shipped, so Early Access Trio could be complete here with another Code Series scenario. The Way of Winter tweaks were a little bit too small, so that doesn't really suggest it would be the next patch. It would be more of something new. Now, there are a few additional wildcard extras that could be it here. A console port, PlayStation 5 or Xbox Series X announcement. We could see some IP crossover events. They did announce that there was going to be some very soon. Or we could see some full rework to systems. The devs have spoken that they want to fully rework the Sanity and Mimmatic, but they've never spoken about this or scheduled it at all. So there are a few additional things we could see there. Again, there could be something completely random here. We don't know for sure. Just a few speculations on top of that. If you guys have any idea what this could be or what your speculations are there, let me know down below and we'll discuss them. With that though, and this does actually cover with the balance changes, so at least think with version 1.7 we would get more than just balance changes, as we just had some here, and we did see a range of buffs here, basically across the board for Unstable Bomber, Doombringer, Predator, Bingo, and Rapid Sniper. All received some sort of buff here. That also happened for the Starfall Inversion gear. Now, most of it was buffed for the 4-piece and 3-piece set. However, a few things here like the Downstar Suffix or the Cowhide, those were mixed in between. So weapon damage was increased there, but you need 120 stamina for the Cowhide. And for the Downstar Suffix, it has a higher flat stat but a lower distance stat bonus. But mostly everything got some sort of buff here. So pretty decent balance changes overall. As the devs did mention, they saw that a lot of these weapons were underperforming, so they are making further adjustments here if need be. And they also are doing some highly requested adjustments to weapons such as Corrosion for the plan of the next big balance patch. So again, version 1.7 will probably see some sort of balance changes, but I doubt that that's all that it's going to be. Moving on here, we do have some discussion around the Raid Zone. If you haven't seen, Raid Zone is in its own category, completely a spin-off of Once Human. In fact, you even start at the max level of 50. If you haven't seen already, I'll include a link down below to the actual download of it. And it's super easy and simple to get right now. You just load up Once Human and head to the Raid Zone servers. Eventually though, this will become its own game and will have its own standalone client, so you will have to download that one separately when that does happen. But for right now, it is super simple and easy to just load up into Raid Zone. We have a few tips here just in case you didn't know. This first one here is made by a Reddit post, and they said that you should remember to lock your doors when you're disconnected from Raid Zone. Essentially, this person did forget to lock the door and the other person was able to walk right in, meaning that they could loot and take all of their stuff. As someone else mentioned here, they built a trap door, so you could do that as well. Build some traps in and just make sure that no one can get inside your base. Again, this is more like a free Rust or a free version of Rust than it is Once Human. As it is completely open, you can down and eliminate anybody. It is not like Prison vs. Clash where there are safe zones. There are no safe zones in this scenario. So literally anybody, anywhere can take you out. Now there are teams, things that you could do of that nature, but essentially you do have to be very, very careful when you are playing in this mode. Overall, that should about cover it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, and until the next one. Deuce!